So with me today, I have Colin Thompson, and Colin, I've seen you at the park recently, dressed up in armor and fighting with padded weapons and shields.
Absolutely.
You want to tell me a little bit about what you're doing?
Well, out there every Sunday at Craighead Forest Park, we participate in a combat sport called Dagger Here Battle Games. It's like you said, we go out there and we dress up in armor and we get in garb, but it's mostly focused on the sport of sword fighting, basically. Every weapon is padded, and we make sure, we don't hit places like the head. We try to do it where we try to make this a very safe sport for anyone that wants to come out.
Is there still injuries?
I mean, every so often you might have an injury, but it's usually nothing very serious. It might just be a jammed finger because somebody aimed their shot wrong or something like that, but never anything serious. These are just fiberglass cord weapons with a few layers of camp mat on top of it that makes them safe, or mostly safe.
All right. So if someone was interested, who all can participate, and how much does it cost?
It does not cost anything. In fact, most of your local chapters will even have weapons and sometimes even garb and shields and things for you to try, just walk up and try out any time. Anyone can participate. We love walk-ups. Well, we love when people just want to come out and, just give it a swing.
So 6-year-old children can come out and get pile drived by these 300-pound men with sledgehammers?
All right. Well, no, not exactly. We do allow 16-year-olds to play. 16 is usually the youngest, but anyone 16 and 17 has to sign a waiver from their parents. Their parents have to sign it and get it authorized. Anyone 18 and older, however, can just walk up and give it a shot. We've even had people before as old as 60 fighting in this sport before. There might even be someone older out there.
Now, the armor y'all are wearing looks quite impressive. Is it real, or is it like plastic, painted special?
Thank you. All of our armor is real. We try to use period materials in the construction of any of our armor, and we try to go with period methods as well. So we'll use 12-ounce leather, which is very, very thick, almost a quarter of an inch thick, and we'll also use steel. We don't allow things that aren't period, so metals like aluminum we wouldn't be able to allow, but we certainly don't allow things like plastic and foam armor because we are trying to keep that realistic weight and that realistic feel. The same goes for a lot of our garb. Most of our garb is very authentic. It'll be made out of linens or wools, or if those are expensive fabrics. If you can't afford that, usually people might wear cotton, but they'll still be made in period fashion. They'll still be tunics, they'll still be tabards, surcoats, those sort of things. They usually won't just be made up fantasy gear. Usually they will be based on historical counterparts to keep up the look and keep up the authenticity.
That's interesting. Now, why exactly are you out there every Sunday without pause? Is it just a good time, or?
I love this sport. I hopefully even want to make a job out of selling garb and selling armor for this sport. I love going out there, and for some people it might just be a way to let out anger or maybe some stress, safely of course. And for some people, like me, it might just, it's your sport. It's just what you enjoy. It's just how you have fun. It's your hobby. And it incorporates so many different elements into one. You have the physical activity of actually going out and fighting with the swords, but at the same time, you have to have a decent amount of people out there to really do it. And so you're interacting, you're getting out, you got nerds coming out of the basement and finally, using the muscles that they have, hopefully, still. I love the crafting that goes into it. I sew all of my own garb and I make armor. And oftentimes I learn these skills actually by participating in events that we have around the state.
Can you go into more detail about these events? Are they like craft fairs, or?
No, they're more like a mixture between a sporting event and a Ren fair, I might say. More, give or take either way. Usually you get out there, at 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning, and most events you'll go out onto the fighter field and you'll see anywhere from 200 to, at our largest event, Ragnarok, up in Pennsylvania, there might be 1,000 fighters on the field. That's a lot of nerds, but it's a lot of fun to go out there and have a good time with such a huge ratio. And then when you're finished, you'll come back, you'll sit down by the campfire. If you're old enough, have a bit of mead, sing a few songs. Maybe you'll go check out Merchant's Row and see what's on, see what's around. And everyone's just having a good time, all in garb. We don't really do role play or anything. It's mostly just you're hanging out in a medieval setting. That's all.
That does sound like good fun, and I want to thank you for coming and talking to me today, and I hope
Absolutely.
I get a chance to bash your head in with the shield at some point.
I will see you soon.